Well, y'all, this is important enough for me to come back for tonight. So I am back because, and this is the first time I've ever said breaking news. It's not like minute by minute, but it's a huge update. Not really for most of us is it an update, but it kind of puts some things into perspective. And there will be a lot of apologies owed to this family after what they have pulled on this family the last 48 hours, in my opinion. But it's more like the last 9 months, basically. But let's go ahead and just get into it and talk about it. Hey, everybody coming in. Hey, Bo. Hey, Pika, FL, Grandma, Cranky, Brandy, Chico, Tebow, that Michelle. Me too. I am so grateful that they made. Yeah, the sheriff's department was getting a lot of tags and a lot of calls. Michigan Wifey, Shopaholic. That's a fact. Twist, Coffee Addict. This deserved a breaking news segment since they all like to do it because it's not clicking. It's not clickbait for once. Hey, TK. Hey, Christina. Hey, Jojo. The Deflectionist. X. Smiles. Tonka Girl. Kitty Coo. Larry. Cat's Eye. Amy. Stella. Peppermint Tea. Smiles. Brit Focus. Nope, not today. Mercedes Girl. Cute Cats. I'm an Angel, Carla, Flower Nana, Shelly M, Brianna, Steph, Perry, Bobby, Kathy R, Trish, Snazzy Trinkets Jewelry. So, hey, LFT, Tonka Girl. Let me make sure I get through everybody. Texas Blue Bonnet, Parody Street. I love being stepped on. I hope you don't. Hey, Shaby. Hey, Phoenix, Bridget. Shelly Joe, Pecan. That's okay, Pecan. I appreciate the apology. I'm sorry for the misunderstanding also. Crazy Cooter Grandma. Chasing Marlo, Chris, Erwin, Finn, Nikki, B, Stella, Mother McReady, Rose of Sharon, Microwave Crack, Liberty Farmer. This is the best news we've had all week. Roro, Michelle. This is a big deal. Like, this is a big deal. Hey, Tessa, LA. It's not a big deal to most of us that have been following along and know what they've been doing, but having it confirmed from law enforcement is so important and really puts a highlight on what's happening. Cat, Chatty. Yeah, I'm so thankful for law enforcement. Hey, Lynn, Love and Light. Okay, let's just get into it. So first and foremost, I am going to remind everybody what has been going on. I'm going to walk it back before I get to this. So Dog Chapman yesterday made this post. Dog Nation, this so-called alleged private investigator, claimed his clients, the Proudfoots, are under extreme pressure. Maybe that's because they didn't want you to know the truth about who Green Hoodie really is. They said it was an elderly man, but guess what? It's a woman. Does that mean, or does they mean 3 to 4 people involved on top of several other felonies, which carry life sentences? They're also afraid of conspiracy charges. Last chance, reward $250,000. And we walked through all of this. So, as you know, they had been amping up the situation intentionally, misleading people. They have been between Nick the Hat and Dog the Bounty Hunter. It's been nonstop chaos. And so Sumner County came out and released a statement today. I'm going to put it on the screen, full screen. Sumner County's letter says, for immediate release, we want to address the recent speculation surrounding the individual seen wearing a green hoodie near Texas Roadhouse in relation to the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers from Hendersonville, Tennessee. We understand the community's concern and desire for answers in this case. Today, detectives interviewed the person in question regarding their presence on the night of February 25th, 2024. We can confirm after a thorough discussion with this individual, there is no evidence linking them to Sebastian's disappearance. We appreciate the vigilance and cooperation from the public and all those involved in the search for Sebastian. We encourage everyone to continue providing any pertinent information that could assist in this ongoing investigation. However, we also urge the community to approach social media rumors with caution, as misinformation can distract from the real efforts to find Sebastian. The search for Sebastian Rogers remains our top priority, and we will continue to pursue all leads with utmost diligence. We ask for continued support and patience from the community as we work together to bring Sebastian home. To provide tips, please contact the Sumner County Sheriff's Office or the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Thank you for your understanding and support. Well. Not what they're trying to make you believe, is it? But do you think that they're going to see that and not have something to say? So let's go over here and look at Nick the Hat's Twitter feed from today, just because I can. So, as many of you know, they went all in. All of the riddles that At Night Media, Nick the Hat, and Dog the Bounty Hunter have been providing have been turned into hours and hours and weeks of content, actually months at this point, since At Night Intelligence and Nick the Hat entered the scene alongside Dog the Bounty Hunter in September. It was bad enough before they got involved, but their Z-list celebrity status and their attorney presence and their salacious bullshit has only provided hours of misinformation and content. People have taken these things and targeted family members. This has become a dangerous situation, and I'm so thankful for law enforcement in Sumner County to see what they actually came out and said today, because this was putting a lot of people in danger, because vigilante justice is something that a lot of people seem to be seeking in this case. So let me take you on a little tour, because this I find to be quite fun. So we're going to go over to Nick the Hat's page from today. They knew what they were doing. So Nick is posting his random stuff per usual, you know, his shares. And then he starts saying, I think we should work towards creating a nation that actively searches for missing children. And I believe in an America that stands together during tough times. Have you ever noticed the countless children who have been lost and forgotten? Do we as a society even care? Really, Nick? What about you and your fucking bullshit riddles? Let's talk about that for a moment, because that's a problem. You can't tell me you care when you've turned this kid into nothing but a fucking riddle. Then he goes on to carry on and says, Sebastian's story has taught me how to be brave. Sir, there is nothing about you that seems to be brave, but that's my opinion on you. Sometimes we just need to remind ourselves that we are not alone in this effort. The people on the front lines don't even know how incredibly brave and determined the American people are until we reach the end. Together we'll rise up and make all the difference. Power only understands power. Dude, you haven't had power. Well, your mom might have power in the basement, but that's about all the power you got. If you know, you know. Joker and a spade. Oh, Nick and his riddles. Listen, I'm not just gagged. They've practically sewn my lips shut while they're out there living it up on socials. Their tale, it's like watching a three-legged pony limping to the finish line, but somehow they think it'll win the race. Who are the core four? Oh, they're the masterminds behind this circus. Really? What's that? You, dog? Seth and Tony? Is that the you? Of course, I think you're using Seth, but unfortunately, he's gone along with a lot of your stuff too. Oh, they're the masterminds behind the circus. They spun a web of crime with nothing but fantasies and the almighty dollar. They haven't profited a dime off of their child being missing, unlike some people. They've cloaked themselves in this wholesome, all-American persona, but let's call it what it is, a well-crafted lie. Now, justice, it's coming out of hibernation, and it's got your name on it, Core 4. The gig is up, and it all circles back to you. Joker, finger point, and a spade. I mean, are you guys shaking in your fucking boots? Because I'm sure shaking in my boots. The clown of all clowns, right there on your screen, known as Nick the Hat. The man that tried to create a circus and only duped himself. And this is why I am so thankful for law enforcement today, because this clown knew this was coming. And if you're just coming in, again, law enforcement shut this down. Green Hoodie has been interviewed and cleared. Nothing to do with Sebastian's disappearance, as most of us were aware. The last week, the rumors that have circulated because of riddles and people finding it in their ultimate ability to dig into a family of a missing child has created lies such as Chris Proudfoot had a son that would have been when he was 7 years old. They tried naming Smiley stories, tried naming a gentleman with the similar name who is 34 years old when Chris is 41 years old. They have created clips of other content creators and turned them into news reporters involved in other stories and been caught in those lies. They have turned riddles into photo collages of family members of the mother of the missing child, targeting the family once again. They have talked about satellites that do not even exist and have not been launched. They have started a petition against Sumner County Law Enforcement Agency, and Julie started a petition. Lolly is the one who took a clip of PJ and turned it into a news reporter that had nothing to do with it. Well, they dangle these CPS records over your head, and people have pushed back, such as Chris's mom, because I'm sure she's had enough of the shenanigans and her family being targeted. Why wouldn't she push back and say what she has to say? But in order to combat that, they've just concocted and created more lies, spinning more deceit as it goes on over and over again. They have dangled this Green Hoodie situation over everybody's heads for weeks and weeks, amping up to get everybody to go after this family. Continue to pick apart pieces of their lives, involve people that have nothing to do with any of this situation. Meanwhile, they knew. They've known. They upped the reward to $225,000, $155,000 in an attempt to dox people's addresses. It's all a riddle, don't you know? Then they upped it to $250,000, in my opinion, inciting nothing but hatred and violence against the parents and the family members of a missing child. Well, they have done nothing but concoct lies and deceit to carry on through all of social media. The only thing that they've been hiding is what ridiculous clowns they are. The team should be ashamed of themselves, every single one of them, that they have been duped by the duper's delight. Mr. and Mrs. Ease, Justin of Clutch Those Pearls, Brittany J, Betty Bullhorn, and the list goes on and on. Smiley Story, Mob Crew, Granny, not Granny's watching, but the channel Granny, 5D, Lolly, Dolly, and so many others. that petition that Julie started, magically, a go-between, Julie started a petition to do an investigation into malfeasance by the Sumner County Sheriff's Department, claiming that they failed their duties. A go-between between Julie and Seth and Tony reached out to her and requested that she took it down. They were unhappy with her petition because she's claiming that they failed to act. There was 5 CPS reports, and not one of them asked the question of who's being lied to and why are we being lied to. She would never come out and say who was actually behind calling her, but it was a direct request from Seth and Tony. Meanwhile, Seth came out last week and said that he was pleased with law enforcement or had faith in law enforcement again. The emotional roller coaster that these people have taken everybody on over the last 9 months has been nothing but a targeted attack against the parents of a missing child who want nothing more but their child to be found. Their lives are forever changed. It will never get back to a normal day for them. While we can all shut this off and go back to our normal lives, this family cannot. And it's about time law enforcement has stepped up and said enough, because what their antics have been have led to a dangerous situation. And again, the press release is on your screen right now. I'll read it one more time. December 13th, 2024, we want to address the recent speculation surrounding the individual seen wearing a green hoodie near Texas Roadhouse in relation to the disappearance of Sebastian Rogers from Hendersonville, Tennessee. We understand the community's concern and desire for answers in this case. Today, detectives interviewed the person in question regarding their presence on the night of February 25th, 2024. We can confirm that after a thorough discussion with this individual, there is no evidence linking them to Sebastian's disappearance. We appreciate the vigilance and cooperation from the public and all those involved in the search for Sebastian. We encourage everyone to continue providing any pertinent information that could assist in this ongoing investigation. However, we also urge the community to approach social media rumors with caution, as misinformation can distract from the real efforts to find Sebastian. The search for Sebastian Rogers remains our top priority, and we'll continue to pursue all leads with the utmost diligence. We ask for continued support and patience from the community as we work together to bring Sebastian home. To provide tips, please contact the Sumner County Sheriff's Office or the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. Thank you for your understanding and your support. Kim, yes, this has been released from Sumner County Sheriff's Office today. It's about time. Exactly. It's about time. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I had to grab rice off the stove. It's about time that the statement was made. And I think this family is owed a lot of apologies, but do you think it will happen? Do you think for 1 second that they will receive the apologies that they are so deserved? Do you think the person in the green hoodie that's had their life completely dug into and torn apart because of a video that they tried to sell to you as something salacious will be apologized to? Do you think that their riddles are over? Nope, sure aren't. Because unfortunately, that would be called ethics. And they don't have that. So while all of these creators continue to tell you that these people are so ethical and they've done so much more for this case than law enforcement has, remind you, it is nothing but a dog and pony show. I call it a dog. I'd say it's a dog and Tony show, but Tony doesn't even deserve a mention if you ask me. They're having live music outside my house somewhere, and I'm not really sure why or what's going on, but yep. So there's that. That's all I really have to say. This is the only thing that I've ever thought deserved the breaking news title. But these people's lives deserve to be treated with dignity. More so than anything, Sebastian's name deserves dignity. Sebastian is a minor who cannot consent to being used for the propaganda pushing machine that them and the team. If you didn't know, last night, one of the team members, being Smiley Stories World, released the press release. At Night Intelligence, Dog the Bounty Hunter, and Nick the Hat are sending around press releases to creators who are willing to run their narrative, push off false information, and she outed all of it, showed it all on their screen. They're sending them press releases and email form to get them to run with these misinformation. The very person who tried to feed to her audience that Chris, a 41-year-old man, the dad of a missing child, you can call him a step parent, he's a dad in my opinion, had a child at 7 years old. Meanwhile, doxing and interrupting people that randomly were just picked out of a hat because they have similar names. The math ain't math, and their lies are getting destroyed over and over again. Because at the end of the day, Sebastian deserves dignity and his family deserves peace. So while they continue to play their games, we will continue to be on their asses every single day, debunking their lies and their dangerous game of Clue that they have chose to play. Victims and their families deserve better, and laws will change. I hope you guys all have a wonderful rest of your night. I really don't have anything else to say because they're already fired up and starting to spin the narratives. Crime Time Buzz is the first one out of the gate to start spinning the narrative. Thank you, Sumner County, for caring about this missing child. Thank you for giving dignity to his name. And thank you for protecting your community members from the dangerous games that are being played. I hope you guys all have a wonderful evening, and I look forward to seeing you later this weekend with the second part of our timeline of how this playbook is used for all of these cases to sell you salacious stories for self-serving gain, meanwhile destroying the victims and their families' lives that will forever be changed. We will be going back to March 4th and carrying forward when social media really starts to make its move on this case and strip a 16-year-old missing child of every bit of dignity. Have a good weekend. Keep your helmets on tight because the games aren't even over. And I guarantee the one thing you probably won't hear this weekend is many apologies. They should all be apologizing to Sebastian and Sebastian's family and to the person that just happened to be wearing a green hoodie, but they won't. Good night, y'all.